Okay, welcome to another day. Today we'll talk about conditions. Okay, see, so far what we have seen is that we executed the code line by line. Okay, we have executed like line 1, then line 2, then line 3, line 4, so on. Correct? And it was in sequence, and there's no way you could miss one line, jump back and forth, right? So there are some situations where we might have to jump. Okay. For example, let's say you have an average score. Okay, 70. And based on your average score, I need to give you grade. Okay. So grade could be A, B, C, D, right? So to give a grade, I have to say print grade A, right? And let's say you have only 3 grade for now. So I have to say grade A, grade B, grade C, correct? Now, if I run it, what will happen? All 3 grade will be displayed, isn't it? But we don't want to display all 3 grades. Based on the value of average, we have to pick and choose one of these values. Got it what I'm saying? So based on some condition, if condition is this, do this. If condition is this, do this, right? If condition is online class, log into computer. If condition is that it's an offline class, pick up your bag and take your bike, right? So there has to be some condition. Based on that, the lines to execute, the programming lines, the instructions we call it, right, to execute will vary. Okay, so simple example we'll do. Okay, so let's say if you get an average more than 50. Okay, so if average is more than 50, then we want to say pass. Okay, otherwise nothing. Okay, if the average is more than 50, we want to display pass, or we want to display congratulations. Okay, if it is not, then nothing. Okay, so to use that, we have to use if. Okay, so if is used for conditions in Python. Okay, if. So I'm writing if. If is followed by condition. Okay, condition is like your comparison operator. So what is the output of comparison operator? What is comparison operator? Pick up, guys. Harsh, Manish, Neeraj. What is comparison operator?
So sorry, I don't remember.
Okay, you should practice. Okay, if you practice only, then it makes sense to attend classes, right? If we do, we are going to do advanced topics. If you don't practice, okay, then things will get piled up.
Sir, is it a basic function?
Comparison operator, we discussed about operator, right? How can it become a function? We spoke about arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators. Logical operators and or arithmetic plus minus into division. Comparison is where you are comparing the value, right? 5 greater than, or sorry, A greater than 50, right? A less than 50, A less than equal to 50, A greater than equal to 50, A equal to 50, A not equal to 50.
Yes, yes.
Right? Those are your comparison operators. You are comparing. So now I want to compare. See here, what I'm saying is average has to be more than 50. Then only you say congratulations. So I'm going to say print congratulations. Okay. But this should be printed only when condition is true. That is when your average is greater than 50. Okay. So this is how you write condition. If followed by comparison operator. And comparison operator will either give us true or false as output. Right? Comparison operator will be evaluated to give us either true or false. So if this condition is true, only then the print will happen. If this condition is false, then print will not happen. Agreed? Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, we have keyword if followed by condition, and if okay, colon at the end. Okay, okay, so this is how you define if condition. If condition colon. Okay, now to indicate that this congratulations is inside. Okay, if we put a space here. Okay, now you can put one single space or 100 spaces, doesn't matter. Okay, but you have to give at least one space. Good practice is to give one tab space. Okay, hit tab. Okay, so far what we have seen is that in Python, okay, every character has to start from beginning. You cannot give even one space here. If you give one space, it will give error. Okay, you cannot give one space. But when you are writing if, to indicate that this print, okay, is inside if, means if is true, okay, the condition is true, only then you print congratulations. Otherwise, do not get into if block. This is called an if block. Okay, you can have multiple lines. Okay, congratulations. Then we can say print, you have passed. Okay, or you can say, great job. Okay, you can do multiple and have statements inside if. Now, all these statements, okay, will be printed only if this is evaluated to true. If this is evaluated to true, otherwise these statements will not be printed. Okay, so that's what conditions, and I told you about indentation. Okay, this is called indentation, giving the space before first character. Okay, by default, okay, when you hit enter in PyCharm, it will give one tab space, and that is the best practice. But you can choose to give. Okay, now what I said is you can give even one space, isn't it? Okay, so first line, okay, of the if block, you have a choice. You can give one space or you can give, whatever number of space. First line of code, you have a choice. Okay, but from second line, you have no choice. Okay, that means the number of space that you give in the first line, okay, same number of space you have to give for second, third, fourth, fifth line. Okay, first line you have a choice, whether you give one space or 10 space, it's up to you. Okay, but the number of spaces that you will give will remain same for all the other statements. Okay, so generally practice is that you give tab space. Okay, it looks nice. Okay, Python will not differentiate. Even if you give one space also, Python will work. Okay, Python will not have problem. But okay, because sometimes one space we may not be able to recognize through our eyes, right? It may not be readable. So we give a tab space. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Okay, so this is how we write if block. Okay, now, so this is for one condition. Now let's say I want to say that if you have got more than, okay, or let me show you first. If I make it 40 here, okay, now the condition is false here, all right? So these things should not be printed now. So average is what, 40? Is 40 greater than 50? Is 40 greater than 50? No, false, right? If it is false, these statements will not be printed. Okay. Okay. Now, there is something called as default condition. Okay. Default condition means if the condition is false, then do what? Okay, so we write it as else. Else will not have condition because it is default condition. That means if is false, then go to else. If this becomes false, this entire lines of code will not get executed, correct? Then you come here. Okay, so here I'm going to say else print, sorry, you have failed, right? So this is else block, right? But this entire thing is one single work, okay? So you can write only if, you can write if else, okay? This is example of if else. So if this condition is false, so if this condition is true, if I make it 60, let's say, in this case, this condition becomes true and this entire thing is printed, okay? And this will not be printed. This will not get printed, okay? And since this is from the beginning of the program, right? See, there's no space here. That means they're all part of our main program. So this will be executed in both the cases, okay? Because this is beginning from the beginning of the line. That means these are all part of main program, nothing to do with if else block. So after evaluating if else, it will continue from here. Okay. So now if I, okay, so when I say 60, of course, you got all these, right? Congratulations, you have passed, great job. And when I say 40, okay, you get, sorry, you have failed, right? So when you say if else block, okay, either if or else, only one of them will be executed. You cannot have both executed, okay? Only one part of it will run, okay? Only one part of it will run. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर
Yes, Manish.
सर ये अपन जो डेटा टाइप्स पढ़े थे ना सर, इसमें जो बुलियन टाइप का रहता ना, ट्रू और फॉल्स रहता वो, तो सेम ये वाला भी जो इफ और एल्स का कंडीशन लिखा है ना, तो ये सेम बुलियन टाइप से रिलेट करता है या कुछ अलग है वो डेटा टाइप से?
डेटा टाइप याद है, लेकिन ये याद नहीं है कंपैरिजन ऑपरेटर. Comparison operator, we said that the output input will be your integer, but output is always your
String.
boolean.
Boolean type true or false, yes.
Correct. So this is boolean only name.
Okay.
Okay. And you will have only two options, true or false, no other third option.
Yes. Here only two exist.
Right. This average greater than 50, it can be true or false. There is no other third option here, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
This is part of your boolean.
Okay, sir. Clear.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. So now we'll move to this grade ABC. Now let's say we have 3 grades to give. Okay. So let's have something like this. If average is greater than 70, we'll say grade A. Okay. If average is greater than 50, grade B. And if for default, you will say grade C. Okay. Now see here, how many conditions we have? 3 conditions. Okay. For grade A, we have 1 condition. For B, we have 1. For C, we have 1. Now, when we use 1 condition, we use if, only if. If we have 2 conditions, we use if else. When you have 3 conditions, then what do we do? Okay.
Only else.
So we use if, elif, else. Elif stands for else if. Okay. So if, elif, else. Now, if we have 10 conditions to check, possible, we'll have 10 conditions to check. Then what do? We first is always if, last is always else, default condition. Okay. beginning of the if is always with if. Beginning of if block is always if, right? So first condition is always if. Okay. Last condition is always else. In between, all the conditions will be elif. Okay. In between, all the other conditions will be elif. So if I have 10 conditions to check, then what will I do?
First we'll write F,
Yes.
then elif, then else.
10 conditions. What you said is only 3 conditions.
If elif, else, elif, at last, else.
Why did you use else in the third condition? You
Because
have, please don't listen. You don't use your common sense. If, then elifs, all elifs. I'm telling you, first is always if, last is always else. In between, everything is elif. So if you have 10 conditions, first is if, in between 8 elif, and then you will have else. Okay, first is always if, last is always else, in between everything is elif.
Okay.
So if you have 10 conditions, first is your if, last is your else. First condition is your if, 10th condition is your else, in between everything else will be elif. So if, elif, so on, and then 10th you have else.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Then how do we write elif condition? Okay. So here I say if AVG, let's say greater than or equal to 70, I say. Okay, so even if it is 70, it becomes true. So if average is greater than or equal to 70, okay, colon, I will print grade A. Okay, that means if it is more than or equal to 70, you are saying this condition is true and you are getting inside if. Okay. Now, elif AVG greater than or equal to 50, right?
Yes.
You say grade B. Elif will also have condition. It's else if. Okay, so if will have condition. So you'll have condition. And then final default condition. If everything is false. If everything is false, then come to grade C. If everything is false, then come to grade C. Okay. Now let's say if my average is say 80. If my average is 80, this condition is true, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Grade A will be printed.
yes, sir.
This condition is also true, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So grade B will also be printed.
No, sir.
First
Why?
one will be printed, sir. Actually, both should be not, sir.
Why no? This is also true, isn't it? Average
Yeah,
is
sir,
more than
both are
50.
Yeah, both are true, sir.
So there is one average now, sir. One we are.
Yeah, one average, but this same average I've compared AVG.
Okay.
This is
Then
also
it will
true.
be printed, yes, sir.
This is also true.
Yes, sir. True.
Yes, sir, true,
So
sir.
grade A, grade B both will be printed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is what happens when you don't want to attend the class. Okay, you are forced to attend the class. You don't want to attend the class. Did I not tell you that only one condition will be printed? If
Yeah,
this
sir.
is true, only this will get executed. Nothing else will get executed. That's why we write if, elif, else. We could have written if, 10 ifs, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In this, if this is true, first condition is true, it will never go to second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th condition. Never ever go. If it is false, then it will check the next condition. If it is false, then you go and check the third condition. If it is false, you go and check the fourth condition. If fourth condition becomes true, it will execute the fourth condition and will not go to other conditions.
Okay.
So both grade A, grade B will not be printed. Listen to me carefully. Please attend the class carefully. Okay. Here you will only have grade A. Okay. Because
I told you one will be printed.
you said
only
the average is 1. You said only one average.
Yeah, sir. Only one thing will be printed.
Oh,
Other.
you said average is only one. But then when I asked you, why did you say all the both will be printed?
Then okay, sir. It's my mistake.
No, it's not your mistake. You have to open your eyes and ears, both. That's all. And mind also.
Okay, sir.
Ear, eyes, and mind. All three should be open. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Sleep half an hour early. But when you get up at 6:30, have all these three open. Okay? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So if first condition that matches or that is true will get executed. Other conditions will not get executed.
Executed.
Right? So here, if this is true, right? So this will be printed and this will not even check other conditions. Once it's met, it will come down to line number 19 automatically. Okay, so if I make it this as 40. So this is false. 40 is not greater than 70, isn't it? This is false, but 40 here
Is less than
is 40 greater than 50?
50, less than 50. No.
No,
Less than 50.
No, sir.
False.
50.
Right? Then where it will go? Else. Else has no conditions, default. So if everything above fails, it will definitely go to else.
Else. Yes.
So now when you run it, you will get grade C. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. If you do 60, then you will get grade B. Yes? Okay. Now, write a program, okay? Try this, guys. Same, similar, but I'll give you more conditions. So if average is greater than 80, grade A. More than 70, grade B. More than 60, grade C. More than 50, grade D. More than 40, grade E. And less than 40, grade F. Okay, do it fast.
Sir, what will be the average? Total average?
You take every value you have to take, right? When you test your program, how can you test with one value? First, you have to take average equal to 90, then 80, then 70, then 60, then 50. You have to run this program 10 times for each value.
Okay, sir. Suppose equals to greater than 80. क्या था? तो P 60, 40, less than 40. F equals to else. H Read A. Alif.
And then share your code in the chat.
1 minute, sir. Only just to finish. सर एवरेज के ग्रेटर देन जब सिंबल देते हैं अपन स्पेस देना सर।
क्या 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 फिर से बोलो।
जब अपन टोटल एवरेज असाइन कर देना सर, उसके बीच में अपन स्पेस देना।
दे भी सकते हो, नहीं भी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
सर मैंने तो ये आपको सेंड कर रहा हूँ,
प्रोग्राम
मतलब
रन हुआ कि नहीं हुआ?
मेरा कुछ सिंटैक्स प्रॉब्लम बता रहा है सर।
ओके, तो कौन सा प्रॉब्लम बता रहा है?
एक मिनट, सेंड कर सकता हूँ इसमें। सर ये मैं ये प्रोग्राम लिखा, चैट पे भेजा।
Read the syntax error. No, read and tell it to me.
इफ एवरेज ग्रेटर देन 80,
Error क्या है?
सिंटैक्स एरर एक्सपेक्टेड कोटेशन कोलन, अच्छा वो आना सर, वो डबल डॉट आना सब में। सर गॉट इट, अभी आया सर।
पढ़ने से अपने आप आ गया ना? Before I could help you.
यस, नो सर आई जस्ट नॉट wrote this.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Python is very helpful language. It will give you very good error message. You will know what exactly is the error. Okay.
So again, I'm sending my code.
It worked, right? That's okay. We'll wait for others to say it. So now you check with other numbers. Okay. You check if all the conditions are working or not. So if you put 80, grade A should come. If you put 75, B should come. If you put 60, C should come. 50 के लिए D should come. 40 के लिए E should come. 35 के लिए F should come. So keep changing the value of average and run it again and again.
Yes, sir. Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Suppose we are writing here total average is 35, then print E बता रहा सर, सिर्फ अगर मेरे कोड से करें तो else में जैसा print F बता रहा ना, जैसा you wrote less than 40. Suppose we write 0, then also it's showing outcome grade E.
Not going to else.
It will not go to else, man.
Why it is not going to else?
Okay. Suppose we want to print else, then we should change the syntax na, sir, directly.
Here, second last conditions, last elif में, you should be greater than 40, right?
नहीं, आप greater than भी बोले थे, lesser than भी बोले थे. देखो सर, D greater than 40, lesser than 40
is F, more than 40 is E. So you are saying, see, less than 40 means, okay, you got it wrong all here, right? D condition क्या है? D is when it is more than 50.
more than 50.
More than 50 is D. So D has to be more than 50.
Okay.
And your program will never run. Where's colon? You never give colon.
वो फर्स्ट वाले में नहीं था सर, फिर बाद में वो सिंटैक्स चेंज किया तो कोलन आया तो हुआ.
And always say equal to, okay? Because we're talking about greater than equal to. 50 रहा तो also you want to get grade D, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you have, okay, 80, great. This is right, this is right, this is right, okay? Why did, okay. Okay, I've copied entire thing, right? Okay. So here it is more than great. This is more than 50. This is more than 40.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
it will work. Clear, everyone? Okay. Please make the changes like this. This is good.
Correct, sir. Got it.
Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. So this is how you should do. Okay. Now, next thing is working with if inside if. Okay, we call it as nested if. Okay.
Sir, what does it be called?
Nested if. If inside if, nested if.
Okay, nested if. Okay.
Write it here. Nested if. Okay, it means you write if condition inside another if. Okay. Now you see, you want to give special message. So see, if you get 90 also, okay, you get grade A only. Okay, grade is A. But apart from A, you want to give some special message. Congratulations, let's say. Okay, so,
Yes.
so this condition will be true when, see, this condition will be true when average is 90, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, inside this, I'm writing one more if saying AVG greater than 90, then print awesome performance. Okay. Now see, this if is same level at this P. So this print P is inside if, and this if is also at same level. That means this if is inside this if. If this condition is false, that means if you get 70, okay,
It will
this
not.
condition becomes false. So
Yes, sir.
everything inside this will not get executed.
Yes, sir.
Of course, if you get 70, then awesome performance, you don't have to print.
No.
But if you got 80 or 85, okay, then it will print grade A and it will check this condition. So in this case, it's checking and it is false. So awesome performance will not be printed.
Yes, sir.
So you get grade A. Now, if you make it 90, okay, now when you run it, you get grade A, okay, that should be greater than, okay, greater than equal to. So when I say greater than equal to, so you see, you got awesome performance also, right?
Sir, always nested if will become upper side by running the code. मतलब पहले awesome performance आता फिर grade A आता ऐसा.
ऐसा नहीं है, this grade is came from the another if, this if. This grade A is coming from your this if, not from this if. This grade A is before this.
Okay.
This is the grade 1 here.
अच्छा अच्छा.
Yes, first 24 will be executed, only then 26 will get executed, isn't it?
अच्छा.
So grade A will not come afterwards. Grade A will come before awesome performance because we are printing grade A before awesome performance. Yes, if I remove this from here and let's say I want to print awesome performance first, then grade A. Okay, so I'll go here and here I'll print. So this P and I is at same level, right? So now you get awesome performance, then you get grade A.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, depending upon how you write the code. Now here, if it is 80, 70, awesome performance, this becomes false and this will not get executed, but remaining part of that if block will get executed. Now let's say I want to check if you get more than 95, you give the president award, let's say president medal. So inside 90, see, because if average is more than 90, only 95, there's a possibilities of 95, right? So inside this, I'll say if AVG greater than equal to 95, print, you win president's medal, something like that. Okay, so now you have third if, which is inside second if, and this is inside first if. If this is true, only then this will be checked. If this is true, only then this will be checked. And if this is true, only then print will be executed. You can have if, elif, else if, okay, you can have entire thing. When I say if, it doesn't mean only if will happen. You can have elif, okay, else if, entire thing you can have. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now write a simple program.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Write a program to check if a person is eligible to vote in India or not. Okay, that means first you will check the age. Age, if it is greater than equal to 18, then you will check the nationality. Okay, then you will say yes or no. The first condition is age, and if age is true, well, then you go inside and check for nationality. Okay, try. If inside if, try.
So we should try with the own example like person's own.
Yes, yes.
So
I'm more interested in the condition, how you write the condition, right?
okay. age 18. You can go to 18. Sir, can you show the up screen, sir?
Okay, I will.
Okay.
So I said, let's have age, right? Age and nationality. These are the two variables. Okay. So age is a number, correct? Let's say 18. Nationality, okay, is, let's say, India. Okay. So,
Sir, N sir. Indian.
okay. You want to put Indian. Okay. So now I'm going to check for age. If age greater than equal to 18, then only you will check, okay, if nationality equal to Indian, right? Then you will say print, you are eligible to vote in India. Okay. Then you can check else. So this else is for inside else, right? For this nationality. Print, sorry, only Indians are eligible to vote. Okay. Else, print, sorry, you do not meet the required criteria. Right? So now if I make it 17, okay, so this itself becomes false. So it'll go directly to this else, correct? So when you run it, you get, wow.
Sir,
you're eligible to vote in India.
So I have coded in my way.
Wait, listen, when I told you, right, when I'm doing something, you watch the screen, correct?
Yes,
Don't do it when I'm talking. Watch my screen. Why am I getting this? You're eligible to vote in India.
It is
Because it is below 18, sir.
No, but this itself is false, isn't it? AVG greater than equal to 18. Is 17 greater than equal to 18?
no.
Then?
He must be not eligible.
No, sir. There is nationality in India. Indian.
This, if this is false, then this will not get executed.
Yeah.
Let me put India and only Indians. So this condition is okay. See here, I'm saying age and here I'm using ABG. Am I not full here? What should I use? Age,
Age.
not ABG. Right? So age, right? So if age is greater, age is 17, age is not greater than 18, right? So you do not meet the required criteria. You get this.
Okay.
Okay. And now if I make it 18, then your first criteria will be met and you'll say you are eligible to vote in India. Right? Now, when you say string equal to, right, it is case sensitive. That means it will match the cases also. Okay. So for now, just ignore. Okay. When we get into strings, the next topic after for loop, we'll talk about strings. Okay. Then you will see that how to compare uppercase, lowercase, all those things, we'll see them. Okay. Here, if I make I small, also this will fail. Because here we are checking for I capital. Here I is small. This will fail. Okay. So in string, we'll see how to make it case insensitive search. Okay. We'll do that in string. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All good? So give you one assignment. Try to do that today. Okay. Today we have done, something new. So I'll end it here early. But I want you to practice all this. Okay. So assignment question is take 3 numbers and print the highest, second highest, and the lowest value. So take 3 values like A equal to 50, B equal to 60, C equal to 70. It should say 70 is highest, 60 is second highest, and 50 is lowest. Try this. If you don't get it, tomorrow we'll discuss. But I told you assignments you have to try. You share your code, only then I'm not going to do from scratch. Okay. So take this problem, try. If you get it, great. If you don't get it, you share it with me, your half done code, and we will fix it.
Excuse me, sir, one doubt.
Sorry?
One doubt, sir.
हाँ बोलो मनीष.
सर ये अभी ये अपन लिए थे ना सर, वहाँ पे जो रिजल्ट आया अगर रॉन्ग हुआ तो यहाँ पे वो आता कि यू आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद द रिक्वायर्ड कैरेक्टर. वैसे थियोरेटिकल डाउट है सर पाइथन के यूजर्स का. जो अपन ईमेल आईडी का रजिस्ट्रेशन करते ना वहाँ पे, तो पासवर्ड सेव कर देते, तो पासवर्ड का कैरेक्टर अगर मैच ना हुआ तो वहाँ पे भी सेम रिजल्ट आता कि यू आर नॉट आइडेंटिफाइड विद द.
Correct. Okay. We'll do that. When we do strings, we'll do those things. Yes.
तो वहाँ पे भी पाइथन यूज होता है सर?
Of course, everywhere Python is used. The other day you only told Neeraj, right, where all Python is used?
नो सर, वो तो एप्लीकेशन बोला था मैं. मेरे पास यूजर्स के बहुत कम पॉइंट्स है, तो ये लगा सही.
So every condition you can check using every programming language. So you can do it in Java, you can do it in C++, you can do it in Python also.
Okay. Sir, Java is related to software, I think. Huh?
Yes, Python is also related to software.
Okay.
Sir, that the thing you gave to me at age 18, तो मैंने इतना कोड किया सर. मैसेज पे भेजा था, तो वो करेक्ट नहीं आया.
If age greater than, see, first of all, why did you give tab space in age? First if should always begin from beginning of the line, no?
Okay.
Why did you put this one here? If should be here. First if.
Okay.
B should be inside if.
अच्छा.
Right? Yes. Now it will work. And add the nationality condition also.
Okay, so if I will run this, then it will be sure.
Awesome, you are eligible to vote. Because age is 20, so 20 is greater than 18, correct? So 20
Yes, sir.
is greater than 18, you'll get it true. So if that becomes true, so condition will be valid and you'll go inside if. Correct?
Okay, sir. Got it.
Great.
Sir, in this assignment, we should do the same inside nested if.
Yes, yes, that's the purpose. Okay. You should do inside. Okay. So I told you, right, before solving any problem, first thing you have to solve it on paper. Okay. Solve it on paper. Okay. And then try to implement it. So first, let's say, forget about Python. Okay. If I give you 3 numbers, okay, and if I ask you, how will your mind work? How will your logic work? Irrespective of programming language, irrespective of computer. Okay. Once you understand the process, then that process will try to implement in Python. So I told you, right, our mind works very fast. So you have to slow down your mind. Okay. If I tell you which is highest, 56, 70, suddenly, you know, without thinking, you will say 70 because your mind is so fast, it gives you answer 70. But mind did follow a practice, did follow a process. You have to understand what process your mind followed. How did you arrive at 70? So you have to understand your mind. Then you can do your programming. How did you arrive at 70? Okay. And same way we will code it. Okay. Try. We'll discuss tomorrow.
Okay, sir.